Welcome to this broadcast of women's basketball on NKTelco Sports. Live at the Ohio Northern University Sports Center where the Capital Comets take on the Polar Bears of Ohio Northern. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: John and Tony's Restaurant, Four Seasons Drive-Thru, Jalapenos Mexican Grill, Whatever Cards and Games, and NKTelco. Looking live at Campoli Court here in Ada as the Polar Bears get ready to take on the Comets, an 8-1 Comets team, bringing their 2-1 record here inside this gymnasium to take on the 7-1 Ohio Northern University Polar Bears, 3-0. My name is Mike Hurd here as we've got a good one. The second half of the men's game was a good one as well. Go back and watch that ball game and see how Ohio Northern kind of ebbed and flowed throughout the course of their ball game and came away with a 10-point loss, 72-62. But the women's game highly anticipated to be a good one as well. Ohio Northern this year has been ranked. They sit just outside the top 25 according to the D3Hoops.com poll in the country, ranked number 26. The only ranked team in the OAC is number 8, Baldwin Wallace. But Capital comes in, beating Olivet on Wednesday for their third straight win, all taking place at home. 48-38 on Wednesday night. Laney Murphy led the way with 15 points and 8 rebounds. And it was a 19-5 fourth quarter for a Comets team that trailed 33-29 at the break. Northern comes in off a blasting of Mount Union up in Alliance on Saturday, 71-37 for their fourth straight. Bryn Serban had a career-high night of 25 points, also threw in 5 assists and 4 boards as part of her 6 for 11 from 3 mark. A 34-point margin of victory, the largest in the series since Northern won 88-42 back in Alliance in 88. Getting ready to take a look at the starting lineups and our Keyhole Pizza keys to the game for these two teams. See Capital there bringing out their 5 starters to tell you about here in just 1 second. But a lot of things on the line in this ball game, and the keys really tell a story on what each team has their head coach positioned to do, as it'll be Laney Murphy, Summery Perkins, Demi Brewer, Maddie Weiland, and Bree O'Connor for the 8-2 Comets. Pan over and the lights go out. It gets dark here for the starting 5 for Coach Hilsman in his third year, 31-17. Bryn Serban, a 5'5" senior, wears number 3, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals a game. Abby Akamine, 5'7" sophomore, wears 13. Kristen Luersman out of Fort Jennings, a 5'10" junior, at 10 points, 9 rebounds, wears 32. Brooke Allen, just under 10 points a game, a 6'1" sophomore, number 44, and the sharpshooter for this group, and Casey Knippen, who had an Audubon contingent here for the men's game. 5'7" senior, 7 points, 4 rebounds for number 10 as the Bears finish up. Capital is 19-25 here in Ada against Northern, but they lead the all-time series 58-38 as the lights come back on, and we are ready for basketball on our keys for Capital. It's about defending the 3-point line. It's a Northern squad that can hit them in bunches and want to compete on the basketball or compete on the boards. Northern out-rebounded Mount Union last time out, 46-29, and limit turnovers. Luersman wins the tip for ONU, who needs to take care of the ball, rebound at both ends, and make difficult life for the 3 leading scorers in O'Connor, Murphy, and Perkins, who average about 50 points a game combined. So Northern down to the floor as Bryn with it, back out. Knippen thought about it from downtown. Instead, she'll try a little left-handed runner. That is not going to work. Back the other way quickly we go as Capital on their first possession under second-year head coach Camille McPherson. 11-15 her record, and a first possession ends in a turnover. She was not happy. Right next to where I'm sitting at, I watched the reaction of why would you kind of throw that pass? Northern, Serban, pull up, no. Capital will come back down to the purple jerseys. Coach McPherson took over as the interim coach after 9 games last year. So Off the switch, Perkins, the freshman, has had an immediate impact on this team at 5'9" as a first-year player. Capital leading into again as a shot blocked by Knippen. Lorsman comes down with a rebound. Here comes Bryn Servin in the offense. Knippen for three in the lead. Bingo! Casey Knippen gives the 3-0 up on the board. And I jokingly, when I was talking to her earlier today, challenged her to get 30. Last time I did, she had a pretty good game. In one of her first games, the freshman year was at Urbana. And that program closed down. She spent 3 years here. Knippen on the wing with the basketball, leading 3-0. Says Bryn Servin, please come take this. Talented twosome is now got Luersman, the Fort Jennings High School product, into that equation. But valuing possession and limiting turnovers, as weird as it is, Akamine back up top. And a call will go against Northern. It was a foul on that same young lady, an offensive foul. As you see the replay as she drives down to the baseline. Yep, defense was there waiting. Northern is 17.8 on the turnovers. Capital actually has the exact same number at 16.7, but they give away and take away. That's an oddity. You don't get that a lot. As Bree O'Connor drives the baseline, has her shot turned away again. A terrific sophomore for Capital. Servin feeds inside, low block. Allen left to right, a 5-0 run for ONU to open up the ball game at 7:40. Same thing Capital did in the men's game. Opened 5-0 and came away with a 10-point lead. Addie Weiland, the sophomore, spins it back outside. Deep two on the opposite end. Tip back to Allen. Here comes Northern again. Capital shot 4 for 20 from 3 in their last game. Driving inside, back out. Knippen for 3. Off the back of the iron. Rebound pulled down by Capital, and then a tie-up. And you foul Mackenzie Soprano, the freshman. Says the official from just down the road. See the official with the basketball. Braden Sauter is from Columbus Grove, or is the head baseball coach at Columbus Grove. From just down the road here. He's shuttled back across. 3 to get on the board for Capital is no good from Weiland, who's now 4 of 18. Another rebound, this one for Brooke Allen. On the crosser, here's Servin for 3. Skip the front of the rim, and the rebound back down to Capital as Weiland. She and her sister, twins, on the team for Capital. Hopefully we have some folks still watching from Canada, as they were during the men's game. They were rooting on the now Comets. It's a dribble drive inside, knocked back around and picked up by Luersman. So ONU, the aggressor so far, is Luersman just lost it. Christine into the ball game as well. 0 for 5 to start from the field for Capital. Also a pair of turnovers. Northern now with 2 coming up to defend the basketball. Means somebody's got to be open. Back out to Dean from the, or Layla Dials now from the corner. And she is able to turn and spin one in. The sophomore averages 4 a game. It's a 7-0 ONU lead at 6:15 in the first. Nothing to it for Lady Murphy. Tried the pass down to the low block. Weiland missed a shot. Another rebound for ONU. This one in Grace Dean, the junior. Here comes Bryn Servin again, lethal in that open court game. Servin over to Knippen. Just pitches it just behind the free throw line, just inside 3 for Luersman. Her shot will not fall. Had a spectacular prep career at Fort Jennings. Nowhere to go for Demi Brewer, the 5'4" senior. She'll just shuttle and come left side for Lady Murphy. Murphy with Knippen. Now defending her. Off the switch for Weiland. Weiland picks it up and into the front row it goes. Santa's over there and he's in the giving mood, but he has to throw that basketball back. Akamine out of Hawaii. Lahaina, which I believe is actually where they have the Lahaina Civic Center, where they have the Maui Invitational when they do it out there. Usually a really good college basketball tournament right around the holidays. Serban kicks into the corner, 3-ball away, and way long for Layla Dials. Serban will keep it in play, though. Northern leading 7-0 off a quick set of dribbles. Back out to Dials in the corner, got trapped in the air. Serban, 3-ball straight away to extend the lead, in and out. Akamine had the rebound. It went off the fingers of Grace Dean. I think it's Capital's ball. It looked like it was off of Dean's fingertips. Officials will converge to make sure that's true. I got it right. That's a good call by the officials. They're probably not going to be happy about it in the orange and black, but they got the call right. At least from here, it was clearly off of Dean's fingertips. Capital averages 64 a game. They give up 54. Perkins to the left side, and a just quick throw from Murphy. Way offline. Now 0 for 2 from deep are the Comets. 4:45 with a hand in the air is Layla Dials. Quick little dribble left, gets herself to the basket. Off glass for 2. She's the game's leading scorer with 4, and it's 9-0. Capital races back the other way. Off-balance shot for Bree O'Connor. It's not remotely close to what she was looking for. Let's get up and stand straight away. Hit a 3 from there in the warm-ups. Probably wouldn't challenge her. She had 10 in this game last year. Akamine nearly lost the basketball, had to pack it up, look for a friend. That friend is Bryn Serban. It's a good choice. Shot clock down to 5. Akamine for 3. No, another rebound fought for. Kept alive by Grace Dean, who's everywhere. And as she feeds inside between Luersman and Akamine. Northern will find themselves in the line at 3:59 in the first, leading 9-0. And a timeout before the free throws. Capital 0 for 8 from the field. Giannottoni's scoreboard in Northern's favor on this timeout, brought to you by Precision Strip. 3:59 in the first. Back after this here on NKTelco Sports.
Whatever Cards and Games in Ada is your locally owned, family-friendly business for all your gaming needs. We carry a wide range of collectible card games, board games, family games, role-playing games, educational games for all ages, and more. Stop in today for your much-needed expansion packs and war miniatures. We are an official tournament store for Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering, and Cardfight Vanguard. Expect an enjoyable time at Whatever Cards and Games, where there's fun for everyone.
There you see head coach Mark Hulsman of the ONU coaching staff. His third year, 31-17. After he took over the program as a longtime assistant, and actually, I found this out. We were joking about his need for a big headset when it comes into the half. He told me he wore a 2X football helmet. He was a 3-year letter winner, and he played at Wittenberg. Played some basketball, was a pretty good high school football player. Akamine with the free throw miss. She's 10 of 14 on the year. Second one up and good. She must have heard me. 10-0 Northern now at 3:58. Cross and a kick ball. As Peyton Warnicki did not play soccer at Ohio Northern. She played at Ottawa Glandorf, but she's playing it here. Initiates a turnover. That's 4 on the other side. .340 to go in the first half. Peyton seeing her first action of the day. Also, Brooke Allen back up on the top of the basketball. Serban feeds inside. Allen, good little corner. She cut that with no problem. Shot comes right back to her. She said, didn't work the first time. I'll make it work this time. 12-0 ONU. Now on this big run as the Comets 8-2 on the year. Trying to figure out what is going on. Lady Murphy nearly lost it. You see Bree O'Connor out front with the basketball. O'Connor feeds back through Perkins and all the way to the outside. to Nicole Flock out of Marion Harding High School. Substitution in Jenna Horsley out of Taze Valley in Asheville, Ohio. The 5'6" freshman. One of a handful of players on this Capital roster that was her class valedictorian. They actually have 3 of them. I think that means they're a pretty smart team. O'Connor trapped on 1 second and a shot clock violation. 5th turnover for Capital. So we're going to walk back across now at 2:45. Nakamine feeds inside. Allen just lost it as she tried to high point one. 2nd turnover for ONU. They average 18 a game, and just about 2 minutes left in this quarter, and Capital still remaining scoreless as a feed on a long throw from Perkins. Looking for Randy Thigpen, a freshman. Threw it off of her as out goes Perkins, and in will come Maddie Dugard, 6'1" junior. Majoring in, this is my personal favorite major that I've read for any kid. Film and media production and public relations out of Mercy McCauley in Cincinnati. Here's serving again, majoring in getting past everybody. Shot missed by Allen. Another rebound, bangs and hangs with the right hand, no. And then a little too aggressive as she runs over Maddie Dugard. Wholesale changes, as the old PA announcer here for ONU used to say. Grace Dean, Mackenzie Soprano, along with Casey Knippen and Kristen Luersman. The 5 on the floor, joined by Bryn Serbin. 5'5" senior now, 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Here looking for the first shot to fall in. No, Luersman, another rebound off Thigpen's miss. Back the other way comes Serbin in a hurry. Out top, Knippen wide open for 3. Off the rim short, doesn't happen a lot. She was feeling it. Back inside, she goes to Luersman. They were high school rivals, by the way. As the foot out of bounds from Soprano. So one thing that's great about Ohio Northern, not only a terrific school, but they recruit Northwest Ohio hard. Makes it a lot easier to do prep when you know all the kids from high school. 20 seconds on the shot clock. It's already been an issue twice that has forced Capital to take some bad shots. O'Connor inside, bounces one at 127 off the back of the iron, and a final shot to go down to cut the lead to 12-2. O'Connor averages 16 a game. Serving with it with 1:12 up on the clock. Got around the defense, goes high off the glass. It is fouled. So it'll be a foul coming up. It'll be on Maddie Dugard. That'll be her first. There you see all the replay. Watch the drive, just completely around everybody. And Maddie took a late swing with the left hand. Bryn Serbin at 22 of 29 from the line. Has not scored yet in this ball game. So right-hander will put one up as you see the ref walk out of the way. Free throw up and stuck it. Second free throw on its way. Counts all the same, rattled it in. Bryn Serbin. 22 starts coming into 22 starts in 66 games coming into this year. Just coming off that 25 against Mount Union, freshman of the year in the OAC a couple of years ago. Makes it a 14-2 lead as O'Connor tries to find any kind of space in the defense. There was nothing doing as a 3 off the back of the iron for Jenna Horsley. She was named the top senior basketball player in Pickaway County last year. Benjamin checks in and picks up an immediate foul. 52 seconds left in quarter number 1 as Benjamin came in for Bryn Serbin. I believe that's the first time she's actually sat down in this quarter. Capital trying to work from the outside in, and Northern not letting them do it. Knippen redirected it now with the shot clock under 10. Comes up off the screen, tried to put a hand in, closes late, shot missed. good enough defense, and Horsley will not see it. And Northern can go 1 for none here in terms of only needing one shot, not having to rush it. 14-2, ONU, a dominant first quarter for the Bears, in which they forced 6 turnovers and allowed just 1 of 12 shots to go in. An offensive foul on ONU. Layla Dials commits the 4th ONU turnover. It's a 14-8 rebound advantage for Ohio Northern. Points in the paint are 8-2. So to be Capital with a chance to close out the quarter of the basket. Bree O'Connor step back triple offline right, and woefully so. She's a great shooter, but just not able to get it going now, as Maddie Dugard reached inside and was fouled by Grace Dean. So free throws here with 0.8. Maddie averaged 6.2 points per game last year. Puts in her first. Now 4 of 5 from the line, as you see. Mark not all that thrilled about that call. 2 for 2. And that should end the first. Northern's not going to get a throw to end a 14-4 first quarter. ONU with a dominant performance. So going to the break, quarter 2 coming up here in just a few on NKTelco Sports.
At Four Seasons drive-thru, we have the coolest beverages in town and specials to satisfy all appetites.
Check out our Facebook page for all the details and times of Roundy's Pies. Get this great pizza by the slice or take home a whole pie. And don't forget his spectacular subs.
At Four Seasons drive-thru, we have all the supplies you need for game day celebrations.
Four Seasons drive-thru, 205 North Main Street in Ada. Great drinks, great food, wonderful service, and amazing prices.
Go Bears!
They're going to look at the young ladies from Capitals. They try to figure out what went wrong in the first quarter. Short answer is pretty close to everything, unfortunately, for the Comets. Just one of those things where when they would throw up shots, it just would not go in. See what happens here in the second quarter as they open with the basketball. Did close out on a 4-2 run after a 12-0 lead going into a minute 27. Three big scores. Perkins now trapped down near the baseline. Good double team with Luersman coming over to help. Connor will bring it back up top. Shuttle to Perkins. Deep to left side. Just thuds off the back of the rim, and the futility from the field continues. Capital now 1 of 14 inside. Luersman backs down, finds 3. Spun it up, and apparently had that one stripped out of her hand. 5th turnover for ONU. Now on the trailer, Demi Brewer brings it to the elbow, kicks across, set shot, no. Didn't need it. Lady Murphy with the miss. Out of bounds as Maddie Weiland. They're spelled differently, by the way. Tried to pick it back up. 9:07 to go in the second quarter. Again, Ohio Northern on top of the John Antoni scoreboard. Luersman out front, trying to create some kind of mismatch. Now picked up, and Jada Benjamin, a sophomore, to Knippen. Akamine up top, throws the fist up and says, let's go, I need a screen. She'll come right, go back off the left side, kicked into the corner. Benjamin for 3, bottoms. Second 3 of the ball game for Northern. They now take a 17-4 lead. Wrote in the wrong spot on the book. Men's play halves, women's play quarters, and an offensive foul on Perkins. Samari, who averages 12 and 9 with that foul, and a turnover. Number 7, Knippen out, so you've got Allen down on the low block. Akamine on the left side, Serban and Luersman. And Knippen's down into the corner. Dribble handoff, and Serban knocked down to the floor, able to hold on to it. Nearly forced to tie it, but a turnover coming back the other way as Perkins came by to pilfer it. Ball kicked back across to Bree O'Connor. Perkins fouled on the way up. Looks like that it will be, that's not who I thought it was going on. I was watching Luersman foul, but Serban is the young lady tagged with a foul. Beat her old career high by 7 in that win over Mount Union. Perkins at the line, deep breath. And a toss, perfect. So Samari with the first points of the quarter at 8 minutes for her ball club. Waits on the second. I heard it clank right off the rim. And a tie-up will be Ohio Northern ball. Perkins is a fascinating study, by the way. She had 9 out of 13 from the line against Wooster. Had a team season high 13 rebounds against John Carroll. But she also plays some volleyball at Capital. One of a handful of multi-sport athletes at the collegiate ranks. Luersman screen down high, Knippen back up top. Comes off the screen into the lefty to her left, feeds to Allen back up top. Luersman for 3. Back iron, no good. Allen with another rebound, turns and throws herself. And that does not go. Offensive rebounds now with 6 for Ohio Northern. Brooke Allen's got 6 total rebounds. And we're not even at halftime. Drive back the other way and scoop off-balance shots. Did not go for Demi Brewer. Just serving a little stop and go. Working against Brewer, comes back to the right side. Want to go into the post to Allen, but instead the kick across. Akamine drives, missed the shot. And out of bounds. It'll be Capital ball. Soprano back in. 5'5" freshman. 1,000-point career score at Waterford. They were good. They a perennial team in Division IV that seemed like they were down at state every year, whether it was in Columbus or in Dayton the last couple of years. Hit her 1,000th point with a 3 to give her team a win over South Gallia on senior night, nonetheless. Perkins misses. Luersman with another rebound. It's actually the team that beat New Knoxville last year for the D4 state title. She was named the player of the game. Dials back in. Knippen thought about it, feeds inside. Allen, good high point pass. Too much sauce on it though, as down goes Luersman in that weird switch there. Players just running into each other. O'Connor for 3. Draws the back rim and nothing else. Soprano with the rebound, and Northern has to pick Casey Knippen up off the floor. Styles will throw the hand up and run the offense. Luersman's got a big smile on her face as she comes up high to get the ball with 6 minutes to go. Wanted to go to Allen. 3 defenders were there. Played her from front and behind. His ball zipped. Soprano from the baseline. Won't go. Perkins with a rebound. Capital keeping themselves in at a team that shoots 34% collectively from 3, but they're 0 for 6. And now 1 for 19 from the field. Dials as ONU up 17-5. Soprano for 3. Up and good. That's her 10th connection from downtown this year. It's the 3rd for Northern as they amass a 15-point advantage at 5:37 to go in the first half. Back after this here on NKTelco Sports.
Nareda Lanes in Ada offers men's league bowls on Mondays and Wednesday evenings, women's league bowls on Thursday evenings, couples bowls on Friday evenings, kids bowl on Saturday mornings from December through March, Scotch mixed double bowls on the last Saturday of every month, open bowling on Saturday evening, Saturday afternoon reserve the bowling alley for children's birthday parties, and on Sunday, lanes are available to reserve for birthdays of any age as well as for group events. Check out NaredaLanes.com for more info. Point advantage for Ohio Northern University on the John Antoni scoreboard.
5:37 to go in the first half. Bears are shooting 7 of 23. Overall, they're 3 of 9 from deep, 3 of 4 from the line. Out-rebounding Capital 22-13. 10 bench points to 2. Capital 1 of 19 from the field, 0 of 6 from 3. Inside Perkins, soft touch, gets it to roll in. 1,000-point scorer in high school. She's got 3 now. Out of Pittsburgh, PA, in the Obama Academy of Baccalaureate Studies. Was the class president and valedictorian. Again, in addition to her 1,000th point, was the 2021 and 22. Her last 2 seasons in high school was the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette Player of the Year. Speaking of pretty good players, inside Northern with a quick 2 on that quick switch for Kansas Soprano. Ended up getting Grace Dean a basket as they yelled D up, and that did not work. Lady Murphy from about as far out as you can get cuts the lead at 22-10. Sophomore who's hit 33 of 89 now from deep. Dean down to the low block. Dean redirected. Northern turns it over for the 7th time, and off the races comes Lady Murphy, one of the 3 players that we were on the spotlight of in our Keys to the Game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza, which would be really good right now. It's into the corner for Casey Knippen. Feeds inside, turns and spins. Luresman with a basket and the foul. And the Putnam County connection working for 2 there. Foul will be on a Brewer. That'll be her first. You see the replay. I don't know if it'll go long enough, but watch Luresman. Now watch Knippen in the background. She is about as fired up, I think, as you can get. It's Luresman at the free throw line. All the year has gone 16 of 22, make it 17 of 23. Started 12 times her first 2 years. 15 points, 15 rebounds for her first career double-double against Wilmington last year. Number 2 all-time scorer at Fort Jennings, just 31 points away from 1,200. Left-handed runner, good-looking shot, but just nothing near falling down for Lady Murphy. Averages 15 a game. 3:37 to go. Serban back into the ball game, knifes her way to the basket. Off-balance throw, picked up by Dean. Akamine now on the pull-up, free throw line jumper, got it. Abby with her first 2. She averages 4.5, she's got 3. She's on her way there. Abby Weiland back across. Abby, like I said, played in 10 games as a freshman last year and made a couple of starts. It's one of the more entertaining players for me to watch on ONU's women's basketball Twitter. They do a Friday spotlight every week, and she apparently loves walking to the coffee shop. Let's do a couple of the girls. Misses a shot here. Is off balance for Bryn Serban. Back the other way. Oh! And if it wasn't for the body that was kind of thrown in for Grace Dean, she picks up foul 2. Would have been a good block. Watch, this is kind of a bang-bang thing because the official, Braden Sauter, trailing to play. There's the foul, but a really nice block with that left hand. Bree O'Connor at the free throw line, trailing 27-10. O'Connor up and good on the first free throw. It's her first points. It's 1:27 to go in the first when she gave her team their first points at 25 against Wittenberg. Rolls the second straight up in the air and down. Play for the Dayton Lady Hoop Stars. You got to be a baller to play for that group in AAU. Left her high school at Hilliard-Davidson High School after deciding to play at Tiffin University, one of 2. Ashley City Borquin, her teammate, decided to play at Tiffin and then transferred here to Capital. Akamine off line on the first, and here comes O'Connor. Left her high school first in career assists, second in steals, and most importantly to this group right now, 4th in made threes. Nothing doing up top until the 3 on offline for Maddie Dupin. And a foul on Northern. And it's 27-14, but remember, it was 12-0 at one point. Akamine with her second foul. See that replay. And right there, just enough for the body to prevent Lady Murphy from getting to the line. Murphy out of Waynedale High School in Fredericksburg, Ohio. Puts the shot up and good. She's got 4. Or sorry, now 6. In the ball game. Didn't write the last one down. 27-15. Servin will back it out and bring it across. Hayden Wardicky back into the ball game. I know her parents are here. Her high school and OG just down the road in Ottawa. See a pull up for Dials. Dials it up correctly as that ball spun, hit the top of the backboard and fell down. 6 points for her, and she now is working with a 29-15 lead. But good high school games going on for Peyton's alma mater. Ohio Northern playing today, and not for a little bit. Time to get home during the holidays. Go see the OG Giants play Tip City Bethel on Monday night. She does get home a little bit to see there the head coach and Camille McPherson. Kristen Luersman back in. Heads to the ONU bench. Capital with it, trailing 29-15, minute and a half to go in the first half. O'Connor sets up and off that screen for Thigpen. Freshman now setting the screen and on the run. Murphy back out to Thigpen, long 2, no good. Murphy had the rebound. Knocked out of her hand just in front of the doors. It'll stay Capital basketball. You can tweet us at NKTelco Sports, at Michael Hearn PvP. Tell us where you're listening, who you're rooting for. Talked about it earlier. Had some folks from Canada rooting on Capital in the first game. 3 from straight away, missed by O'Connor. That is now 1 for 10. Is Capital from 3. Northern is 3 for 10. Comets are shooting 4 for 26. Northern is shooting 11 of 30. 1:05 to go in about a minute. We'll have the head coach, Mark Hilsman of Ohio Northern University. Servin off a great switch. Dials wide open for 3. 1 foot set. Look what I can do. Layla's got 5 in the quarter. And it's now a 32-15 lead with 45 seconds. O'Connor on the screen and the kick back into the corner. 3 ball from the corner for Demi Brewer, no good. Rebound taken away of Allen, but a foul on Lady Murphy. A little too aggressive.
On Capital number 5, Lady Murphy.
Brent Servin last year at Capital had 10 points, 9 rebounds. That rebounds was a career high. Official wanted to make sure he got the shot clock right. 34 seconds, offset by about 4. Here as Northern can play it down for a shot. 2-1 here at home this year. Our only loss of the year on the parquet floor here in Ada. Named after longtime head coach Joe Campoli, his wife Margaret. Just a terrific career that he had. Leading the other side as inside Allen tries to create, and she does. Goes into a crowd and finds 2 points. Shot from just inside half court on the run. It is a short for Demi Brewer. So go to the break. Northern puts a 20-point second quarter on the board and takes a 34-15 lead into the halftime break as head coach Mark Hilsman, you see him there on his way. Coming to answer some questions. See, I told you it was big enough.
I have a huge head.
Well,
that's a risk.
Good first half. I mean, you guys jump out to that 12-0 lead. You end up getting a 20-point second quarter. What is it about that first quarter that everything just seemed to be going right. You got the little bounces, you got even the ones off the backboard that just kind of seemed to fall in.
I thought they missed some shots early, and we were able to rebound and get out in transition, and we got some really good looks in transition, and that helped us get into a flow offensively, and I think that just helped our confidence.
You guys obviously are big on tempo, you're big on energy and kind of building from the beginning. Casey comes out, she hits Casey Knipp in 3 because that's pretty much what she does. How big is that to be able to do something like that and set your tempo and not let them dictate how it goes?
Our team has to make perimeter shots to be as good as we can be. Cap's so good at taking away your post play that we've got to be able to knock down some perimeter shots in the second half for sure to keep us rolling.
One of your things about your keys was to be able to control their big 3. Bree O'Connor has found really nothing. I mean, she's got just a couple of shots to even to have come close, but how important is it to be able to continually frustrate them in the second half?
It's our only chance. She's really good. O'Connor's really good. Murphy's really good. Perkins is really explosive. And Brewer and Weiland all make perimeter threes for him. So, yeah, we've really got to lock in defensively in the second half.
Good luck in the second half.
Thanks, Michael.
That's Mark Hulsman as we'll talk more about this program and a 34-15 lead at the half for Ohio Northern here on NKTelco Sports.
Households are using more connected devices than ever before. TVs are streaming, smartphones are browsing, security cameras are watching, and virtual assistants are, well, assisting.
You'll need an umbrella today.
As you add more devices, we are constantly improving our technology to deliver the fastest and most reliable internet to your home. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get NKTelco high-speed internet with speeds up to 1 gig. Call 1-888-NKTelco today.
My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Back here inside the Ohio Northern University Sports Center, it is a 34-15 lead for the ONU Polar Bears as they try to get win number 8 on the year, but most importantly, stay unbeaten in the OAC. Let's see if we can take a look at the basketball standings in the OAC. We've had kind of some changes. On the men's basketball side, Northern dropped a game to get to 1 and 2, but the top half of the league looks exactly how you would think. Northern 3-0 on the year, Capital right behind them at 2-1, and Baldwin Wallace, as you see, Mark Hulsman diagramming some plays, 4 of 28 on the Wagner's halftime stats, brought to you by Wagner's IGA for Capital. They would like to get much better at that. 1 for 11, as you heard Mark talk about. We've got to be able to defend their 3 big scorers and continue to do that. So the top 3 scorers for the Capital Comets have combined for 13 of their 15 points. The only team better than Northern right now in the OAC is the ladies from Baldwin Wallace, ranked number 8 in the country. They're 4-0 in the league, but a chance for the Polar Bears to join that group. See what happens here in the second half. Those stats, free throws, pretty much even. Turnovers, about even as well. Northern with 7 in the first half and Capital with 8. ONU will start with the basketball. Comete will inbound for Bryn Serban. So the opposite side of right to left for the Bears, who are 2-1 here at home. Looking for a big performance here in the second half. First of 2 times these teams will meet. The other will take place in what a lot of folks call suburban Columbus. Knippen wanted to shoot. Instead had to go to Luersman. Big smile on her face as she sends it back out. Knippen on the run. High take. No. Rebound. Allen and fouled. Aggressive takes defensively. Capital having to take an extra step as Perkins nailed for her second. So see the rebound, you'll watch her just kind of come over the top. Rebounds 29-17 in favor of ONU. It's first free throw for Brooke Allen up and good. Now 7 of 9. Make it 8 out of 10. 36-15 ONU at 9:34. Free throws, 6 of the points of the 15 for Capital coming from the free throw line. Knippen up on top of the basketball with the lead, and she just got enough of a fingertip on it. And Luersman comes up with a steal. Serban dribbles down into the low left court. Akamine thought about a 3, pulled that foot back a couple of times. Over to Knippen on the right wing. Line drives a feed inside for Allen. No, Luersman bully ball takes it away. Now trailing and a no look into the corner. Akamine up top for Knippen. Wanted to pull that toe down and go for a long triple. Instead feeds inside. Luersman with a scoop shot for 2. She's got 5. Halfway to her average. It's 38-15. There's no way that play should have worked by itself. Capital will make a sub in Kaylee Cyphers, a 6'1" senior, for the first time in a second. The thought process that Allen got a fingertip on that drive of Laney Murphy. Cyphers in for the first time out of Cedarville. Played 25 games last year, scored 3.5 points. Terrific softball player at Cedarville as well. Sent the ball out. Played 4 years of basketball and softball. Was the first team OHC pick, the Ohio Heritage Conference, and a coach's selection in the Southwest District in District 9. Nowhere to go to Bree Connor's right, so she creates a little more to the left. Ball down to the floor, and Serban. And a foul. You see Mark Hulsman, I heard him. To my left on the opposite side as Serban nailed for his second foul. I think he thought maybe solid defense initially. Now just in front of our cameras. Capital inbounds to O'Connor. 16 points, 6 rebounds a game. Just flipped and hoped and prayed on a ball going towards the basket. And a foul on Kaylee Cyphers. Second foul in the first 2 minutes for Capital. So calmly across the timeline, through a screen, gets to the elbow, back out and up top for Luersman. A little hesitation on the dribble, went to throw down, kind of throw downhill to where Allen was and right through a couple of purple jerseys who took it away from her. Connor on the right wing, dribbles left, comes back, same stutter step. Good looking pass up top, 3 ball away. Halfway down and out for Brewer. Rebound fought for to tie up. Ohio State Capital basketball. 7:37 to go. Capital will keep possession of the basketball. 7:37 to go, trailing by 23. It's a battle of teams occupying 2 of the top 3 spots in the OAC. Kamine jumps up and down to try to change the eye line. Laney Murphy ends up with it at 6. Stripped and fouled on her way to the basket. Foul me on Kristen Luersman. That'll be her first. So Laney Murphy to the free throw line at 14 against Northern last year. That's the first point of the game in the second half for her team in the bucket. Cuts the lead to 38-16. Comes at 7:22 in the quarter. Second one as good as the first. Now 3 for 3 and 25 of 32 on the year. Lursman looks inside. Nothing that was doing on that switch. Serban came around O'Connor. Now over to Knippen. Knippen drives baseline, spins away from it, goes left hand. Too strong. Got knocked to the floor as Lursman had the rebound bounce off the end line. Capital substitution. Nicole Flock playing in her 7th game, the 5'6" sophomore. Played tennis in high school, was Conference Player of the Year, now playing tennis also at Capital. All conference in tennis, basketball, and track. See what O'Connor does with her on the floor at 6:50. Drive back out top, 3-ball wide open on the switch. Serban rather, closed late. Knippen with the rebound off the miss, and here come the Bears. Serban for 3, way long. Good pass though to Brooke Allen. Works all the same. Allen cleans it up. Gets her 10th point. It's 40-17 now. All the Bears frequent contributors to the substitution part of the score sheet. O'Connor dribbled to the baseline, threw it right to 2 different Bears. I think got tripped up and lost where she was at. Kind of a chicken and an egg sort of thing. Serban back up top. Allen doesn't like the threes. Who does? Akamine, hello. Bingo. Into a timeout with 6 minutes to go. The Bears are a happy group right now, trying to send the Comets into hibernation. More here from Ada after this on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
43-17 is a jubilant group of Bears. With 6 minutes left on the third, trying to remain unbeaten in the OAC. And if they're able to do that through the holidays, so when they come back home on January the 11th, they will take on the team currently leading the OAC in Baldwin-Wallace. That's our next broadcast of ONU women's basketball. They're on the road at the Bluffton Holiday Tournament on the 29th against Denison. Same tournament on the 30th. They play Bethany out of West Virginia for a trip to Otterbein and John Carroll. So not an easy road for the Polar Bears before we get them back here. But right now, 26-point advantage. With 5:48 to go as Perkins rather, back in. Forces one up, and Samari with her 5th point. Trims the lead to 43-19, and not one that you can have get loose. Knows how to score, over 1,000 in high school. Like I said in the first half. Out defending, ball up high. Serban creates so well with that one little extra dribble for Layla Dials. Dials had that big first half with a game-high 9. Shot clock down to 8, over to Serban, deep triple. Off the line, 75. Dials chase the rebound, ball down to the floor. Staying alive. They'll stay with the Polar Bears. And they are hype down on the Polar Bear bench. I can hear them from all the way on the opposite side of the gym. 20 seconds back up on the shot clock. Lursman flashes through. Top for Bryn Serban, the 5'5" senior. A dribble drive, got her to the top of the 3-point line. Lursman over to Dials, looks inside, nothing doing. Backs it out with the right hand, and the shot clock at 5. Soprano from the elbow had her elbow kind of maybe tapped. They will say that ball is a deflection and ended up going off of ONU with a timeout here on the floor, brought to you by Precision Strip. That gives me an opportunity to tell you all about the fine folks who are helping us bring you this broadcast. In John and Tony's Restaurant, our scoreboard sponsor. Four Seasons Drive-Thru, Jalapenos Mexican Grill, whatever cards and games, and NKTelco. along with the Jalapenos Grill locations in Ada and Shawnee and Northwest Ohio. Liquidations. Big thanks to Kurt, Jim, and Josh on the cameras, and Scotty Robinson in the truck for making these things happen here this afternoon. Scott Bartholomew Robinson in the truck is doing a great job. But one thing that we talked about in the opening for the keys of the game, with ONU, it was about the three big scorers, three-headed monster, if you will, Bree O'Connor, Laney Murphy, and Samari Perkins, who averaged close to 50 combined a game, and taking care of the basketball and rebounding for Northern. They've done a lot of that, just 8 turnovers, one of which has come here in the second half. Capital talked about wanting to defend the three-point line and not let Northern get loose like they did on Saturday against Mount Union, both in the rebounding category where they went plus 17 and the three-point line where they were 14 of 33. Northern has pretty much done what they wanted here in the early part of this ball game. Perkins up top of the basketball, shuttles over to the right side. Cole Flock finds 3 polar bears there waiting. Back out Perkins, deep 2. Offline left, but kept in play by Laney Murphy. That ball definitely did not hit the rim, and Mark Hilsman is asking for the violation, and he's completely right. That ball missed wide left, and really the only recourse I think that they would have is to rule that as a violation. Both teams just having conversations, asking about how the North Carolina-Ohio State game's going. See the replay. I think you saw the replay, and it definitely did not hit the rim. And Mark Olsman's asking, how could you have the knowledge that you don't know what it did? It would be a turnover because you don't have the knowledge that it hit the rim. And he's 100% right, because you saw the replay there. It did not come near the rim. It was 3 feet to the left. He at least got his explanation. He didn't get his money's worth. He can't go down the street to the Ada Theater and buy a ticket with that. But Capital will keep the ball. It was a clear violation. He's totally right with what he's asking, but I'm going to ask him about that one later on. Perkins got fouled on her way up, and Servin stripped her out of bounds. Now, the dissertation is taking place in front of Capital's bench. Coach McPherson is asking the same official about something. Shot clock is at 4. Ball thrown back out top for Nicole Flock. Her throw to the left hand. That one did hit the rim, but Soprano comes back down with the rebound. In the hands of Layla Dials. You know, we had the shot clock be an issue at the beginning of the men's game, where 3 seconds in, everything kind of went sideways. Dials thought about the 3, pulls up free throw line. Didn't like what she saw. Servin sees it tapped into the bench with 8 seconds. Trio of subs for Capital. Amy Brewer, Maddie Weiland, and Bree O'Connor all back into the game. Eight seconds left. Soprano inside for Servin. Pulls up left to right triple on the draw. And the rebound back for Capital. Sort of had to rush one early on in the shot clock as Murphy trails down into the corner on the dribble drive. Demi Brewer back inside. Shot missed, and Bree O'Connor looking for a foul for Demi Brewer. Either one of those things is going to happen, as here comes Dials now. Soprano on the baseline. Backs it up top with 20 seconds on the shot clock, and an entire line change of players coming up for Northern. 2:55 to go. Dials all the way around into the corner. Servin for 3. Money. Bryn Servin's first make from the field. She's got 5, and it's 46-19. Capital trying to figure out what to do there. Then Maddie Ducard caught the ball far away from it as the runner. And Lady Murphy did not go. And a foul on Capitals 6-foot sophomore Patty Weiland. They did not get a very great response to that, I don't think. At least not the one that she was looking for. Line change for ONU. Jada Benjamin in to run the point. Peyton Warnicki in this group as well for the Polar Bears. Akamine, scoop shot, no. And an offensive foul, yes. Second time that she's taken an aggressive line and gotten the exact same wording you see there on the replay. That's exactly what happened. 2:09 to go, 46-19 Bears. A foul on the way to the basket will stop play as Milan gets the foul on the other end. On Peyton Warnicki. Maddie Weiland had 6 blocks to lead the team against Worcester. Out of Beaver, Pennsylvania, in the Beaver area school. Free throw good. Maddie's now 12 of 21 on the year. Last year, 4.8 points a game, tied the blocks lead with 25. And at 2 different times in high school, she and her sister played together, and they're playing here. They finished as the runners-up in the Western PA IAL, and then won the title one year as well. An offensive foul on Warnicki. I'm sorry, Akamine. Based on the reaction, I thought it was going to be on Warnicki. Minute 55 to go. Kansas Soprano back in the lead as Abby will check out. Mark is giving that official the business. Minute 52 to go. Let's put a cage up. Just settle in the cage. Down low for Maddie Bugard. Up and inside, ball bounced off of her foot. And out of bounds off Capital. Coach McPherson just threw her hand up of, I don't really know what to tell you at this point. Ohio State made a jumper with 3 seconds left to take a lead on North Carolina. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Knipping with it. Surprised she didn't shoot it. It was wide open. Now she'll dribble to the baseline. Try to dump it inside. It found Allen. Allen got smacked across the wrist and missed a shot here. Neither official was making a call. The far side official was asking for help. Gabby Ledbetter, 6'3" senior. Makes her first appearance out of New London, Ohio. Bears with it in 13 seconds on the shot clock, but stolen away. They gave it away off the inbound. Now trying to race back the other way. Soprano got in front of Demi Brewer, missed the shot. That looked like for sure that one was going in as a handful of players dive for the basketball. Pete Nance hit a jumper to send OSU and North Carolina into overtime. Finally, the kid from Northwestern does something good for North Carolina. Minute 10 to go here in the third, 46-20. ONU just forcing all kinds of havoc. It's another turnover for Capital. I've got them for 12 and 4 here in the second half. 48-20 with a minute to go in the third. Allen catches high just north of the free throw line. Waits for Soprano on the handoff, kicks into the corner. Knipping for 3, offline just a little long. Soprano actually kind of looked like inadvertently got her feet tied up with Lainey Murphy. And then an eventual foul that goes on Mackenzie Soprano, who ends up chasing the basketball in an awkward spot. That'll be the limit for Northern, the 5th here in the quarter. So we'll put Demi Brewer at the line. Out of Dublin Jerome High School in Plain City. 5.4 points a game last year as a junior. Gets her first points here to cut the lead to 46-21. Knippen's up there telling jokes. Second free throw is good as well. Just one make from the field. Emery Perkins midway through the quarter. Other than that, 5 points have all come from the line. Comes Jada Benjamin, the 5'7" sophomore. Benjamin handling the basketball, brings up north for Peyton Warnicki. Jada out of Valley Forge High School in Parma. 27 seconds on the shot clock, differential of about 14. Inside, Knippen works hard, missed the shot. She and Allen went after it. Knippen landed awkwardly and rudely on the floor. Foul is on Brooke Allen. That'll be number 2. Walk the opposite end with free throws up coming from Jenna Horsley. 2 of 3 for her on the year. Two bounces and toss up and good. And again, now 6 of the 8 points in this quarter coming from the free throw line. 46-23 with 20 seconds to go. Second one up, second one good. Clock running. Northern can run out the quarter here and get themselves an opportunity for a basket before the fourth quarter comes to rear its head. Down to 7 seconds. Benjamin went off the screen from Allen, kicked it back up top. Soprano catch and shot. Bounces over the backboard, and we have reached the end of a 3. It's a 46-24 lead for Ohio Northern on the John Antoni scoreboard. And a 3, back for 4 after this here on NKTelco Sports.
Wagner's IGA has been servicing their communities for more than 95 years, spanning 3 generations. Wagner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wagner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen, and check us out on Facebook.
Final 10 minutes up on the board here in Ada. John Antoni's Restaurant scoreboard just down the street at 216 North Main Street. So apparently we forgot. Come on, Braden. Braden Sutter's got to be better. He's got to be better. I mean, I know he had a game last night and all. But come on now. You get the same officials 2 nights in a row. I joke around because they didn't change the arrow after the end. It's good no-look pass inside to Perkins and knocked away by Grace Dean. Nice piece of work, though. Kaylee Cyphers, who did not come in until midway through the third quarter for her first appearance. Won't forget what the number is, by the way, that she wears, because just inside of her right bicep, she has the number 24, which is the jersey she wears. Tattooed just above the elbow. Speaking of just above the elbow, Demi Brewer did not score until the third, and now has put together 4 points. 48-26 at stake for ONU. A chance to stay unbeaten in the OAC. Akamine on the catch and run, pulls up, elbow jumper, no. Rebound right back to Capital. Kaylee Cyphers. Talked about it before, but this matchup historically has been owned by Capital, but they are 10 games under 500 here in Ada. There's something about the parquet floor that can outwin on this floor. Good set for the 3. Bree O'Connor on the pullback, used the screen and just sort of hid behind it. Ren with a rebound, kicks into the corner. Akamine for 3. Bingo! Used to have to dial long distance from Hawaii, but not here in Ada. 49-26 at 8:41. Used to have to dial 1. Not so much here. You just put a 3 on the board. It's a long Euro step by Horsley is missed. Back the other way comes Dials, leading the offense for the Polar Bears. 2 defenders out playing off the screen. Oh, a little stop and go. And the underhand toss for doing the foul. There is absolutely no way that should have gone in. That's the second time that's happened in this game. And I can't wait to see it. Watch this replay. She'll come directly into your living room. This is a great shot. Just sort of underhand tosses one as she hits the free throw for the 3-point conversion. 52-26. She just sort of underhand tossed it up and prayed that it goes in. All right, that's how it goes. Good play, though. It's good if it works. Brewer feeds inside Perkins. And at the last second, Grace Dean comes over to commit her 3rd foul. 8:07 to go and a 26-point game. Talk to head coach Mark Hilsman after this one and see what he thinks of this ball game. So we had to continue to stop the big 3. That's Perkins at the line right now. 1 for 2 on the night. Now 2 for 3. 46 of 64 coming into today from the free throw line. Also plays some volleyball. Talked about it earlier. She can jump out of the gym. So the second free throw is a miss and rolls out of bounds for Northern. Neil McPherson, head coach at Capital, took over last year after 9 games. She's got a bright future, both in the coaching industry and with this team. Maybe just not today. Shots just won't fall. Akamine for 3. She was looking to close the door. Serban now with it. Dials out to her right. Beautiful piece of dribbling. Got her to the elbow. Inside on the reversal. Luersman got caught walking. 12th turnover for ONU. It's 12 on the other side. One big thing right now. How about this? Ohio Northern has a 42-30 rebound advantage, but it's 30-20 on the defensive side. Bench points are outscoring at Capital 20-4. Points in the paint are 22-8. Add all those things up, and a big reason why they are so dominant right now. Capital will take it out. 7:28 to see into the Northern bench. So I don't know what happened there, but Bree O'Connor ended up on the floor in the turnover. It's Northern's basketball. 5th turnover of the half. Just, I think, got tripped up as she came around. Serving a walk it across the timeline. Kristen Luersman right there with her, feeling at home in that orange and black. After wearing the same colors for 4 years at Fort Jennings. Serving turns, comes to the baseline, goes away from the baseline. Tip ball back on top. Akamine now into the corner. Serving launches one. Defense comes away with it as Luersman took a swing to try to get it back. O'Connor now has got to be frustrated as they kick into the corner. On the high take, 2 hands for Demi Brewer. Didn't come near. Akamine with the rebound. Nearly got caught walking out the Dials to the basket. Had a 9-point first half. And nobody wanted that to go more than Mark Hilsman, who's, let's just say he's stalking the officials at this point. And he's a big dude, too, by the way. So it's not a guy that you want stalking you. Inside goes Perkins. Take to the basket. Oh, here comes. It is very possible that I might not get to talk to Mark after the game because he's fired up and he might get run. Can you talk to a coach if they get run during a game? Perkins free throw up and good. The officials are pretty wisely staying away from him. It's probably a good choice. So they got free throw short off the front of the rim ball. Tap back out, and who else? Akamine comes up with it. She'll lead the 1-on-4 back the other way and hold up. But what's hilarious about it, I'm not trying to make light because he's got valid points, but the 4 girls that came up off the bench were smiling and laughing as they were trying to get away from him. Kicked into the corner for Dials now with 6:07, shot clock under 10, and looking for Luersman. She is not on the other half of the floor. 5:59 to go. On these substitutions, Northern leading by 24. Casey Knippen back in along with Brooke Allen and Mackenzie Soprano. Again, ONU trying to stay right on the top of the OAC. It's a big thing. Now as O'Connor got cut off with the elbow, had a teammate looking to set a screen for, ran right into where she was at. Cassie Lasvika probably wouldn't be real happy. She had to be the head coach in name. Too good to cut the lead to 52-30. Soprano, the only person all on the left side. Cassie in her first season as an assistant. A 50-19 record as a JV coach at the high school level. And a foul on the way to the basket. Got a degree in sports management from Northern in 15. Coaches both asking how this is going. I don't think either one of them feel like that it went particularly well. It's a free throw for Luersman, short. Kind of a slow game for her in terms of scoring. She's only got 5. 16 of 23 from the line now. She will not get the second one. Mackenzie Soprano either lost her balance or got shoved into no man's land. 52-30 in the John and Tony's scoreboard. Mark has taken a seat. He's now a little more chill than he was a minute ago. O'Connor, good jump stop, just flipped it at the rim and it went in. That's her first points of the second half. She averages 16 a game, she's got 6. Serving, little hop step, fires it across, off the hop. 3 ball in the bottom of the bucket, and immediately, as Casey Knippen knocked down the triple, her second of the night, she turned and pointed to her head coach, who had a smile on his face. Was not a full smile. So 4.5 minutes to go was the foul. There you see, that was more of a you think you're funny sort of thing, because she ran right by and could have almost fist bumped him on her way by. Come on, ref. Watch, you see the rebound, or you see the replay here. Here's Knippen, she hits the 3, and right there, she's pointing at the bench, and her head coach, who just happens to be standing over there, as a timeout here under 5. We'll stay here and look at things going on. The ball game can be replayed at any given time, but just a lot of things going on here as I find the right thing. The replay airing on Channel 3 or in HD at 5:03. Sunday, January the 1st at 3 o'clock. The 5th at 7 o'clock. You can also watch games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and NKTelco.com/sports. Hey, there's a terrible shot of outside, and what I mean by that is the fact that it's snowing outside. You couldn't be in the home of the polar bears without a little bit of snow, I guess. 5 o'clock in the winter and it's already dark. I mean, that's what I love about the winter, is that you can have as many games as you want, but you just cannot have nice things, and that it would be great if it was sunny until 8 o'clock all year round. 4:33 to go. John and Tony scoreboard with ONU on top, 55-32. That shot offline. It's a deep throw. Poor Laney Murphy from about Ada High School down the street. Kick into the corner. Knippen's feeling it. Just shy, spun it just left. As the rebound fought for, Kristen Luersman keeps it alive. Northern, I got timeouts left. Go ahead and give them to me. 4:13 to go in quarter number 4. Northern seemingly with this one in hand here in Ada on NKTelco Sports.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Kristen Luersman with the basketball, ridden and fouled by Maddie Weiland. That'll be the third on Maddie. Beaver area high school in Pennsylvania. Here's Luersman. Oh, Luersman, the great fake. Up and in, waited everybody, I think, for Bryn Serban to come back around. But Kristen said, no, I can do bad all by myself. Off the glass, and now a 25-point lead at 3:55. Up top, Weiland straightaway triple. Good-looking shot. Maddie now 4, make it 5 for 18. Mark finally got his warning. I heard him at the half. He got a warning in the book, and everybody to my right, which would be the Capitol staff, all yelled out, warning? I've never heard his voice go that high as he was trying to explain exactly what happened. I can't wait to interview him in a couple of minutes. I have many questions for him. Serban with it on the catch and shoot, fading away. Draws it right, and Allen knocks it out of bounds.
Capital ball.
Actually, I'm not even sure. I'd almost like to interview Braden at this point, just to kind of see the conversation between the two of them. 3:20 to go. 57-35. Northern's been in control of this game since the onset. They led 12-0. Good left hand. If the right one don't get you, the left one will. Brooke Allen with the swat. 3:08 to go as the Bears are going to make a line change. And a foul on the floor. That'll be on Nicole Flock. So I'll go it was on Nicole Flock, the foul for Capital. It's a miscommunication about trying to get 10 players on the floor at the same time. Maddie Duguid back in for Capital. Peyton Warnicki and Soprano back in. Noelle Ruane from St. Mary's in for the first time, which I know it's Bill Ruane, superintendent at St. Mary's, sitting directly behind where I'm at. Nicole, why don't I call her Nicole? Noelle, the 3 short. Had a start to her senior year last year as she hit 6 threes in a game against Fairview. Capital starts to empty the bench as Kenzie Weiland, twin sister Maddie Weiland, into the ball game. Out goes Maddie Duguid. So here's Capital bringing it across at 2:35. Wayne playing in her 5th game this year. 2:32 to go as she's down underneath in Northern's defense and immediately helps force a turnover. So back the other way now will come Ohio Northern with the basketball. Try to leak into the corner with Warnicki out front with it in her hands. High to Benjamin. Benjamin at 2'11", backs off the elbow into the corner. Northern on the skip, wanted to go inside. Kenzie Filling in her 5th game turns it over. Substitutions aplenty on both sides. Katie Burke in her 4th game in for Capital out of Fairfield Union. As part of the homecoming court, won 6 varsity letters in high school. Bounce across by Gabby Ledbetter. On the screen and roll. Good catch by Thickpen. Her shot too strong, though, and eventually stolen away by Kenzie Filling. Back comes Warnicki running the break. Ooh, a little up and under shot won't go. Just on the step through, and then Northern called for a foul. It's her parents sitting almost directly behind where we're at. Saw him earlier on. Mom Jody was dancing at the halftime break. Minute 42 to go. ONU will help keep possession of top place in the OAC with this win. Capital is 9 of 50 in this ball game. They are 2 of 17 from 3. They are 15 of 19 from free throw line. And 25 to go. Oh, rifled across to the outside. Shot clock down to 7. Off the drive, back out top. Step back triple. Up and in for Nicole Flock. That's her first make of the year from deep. In a minute 10, it's 57-38. Northern is 21 of 58 from the field. They're 8 of 24 from 3. Just 7 of 9 from the free throw line, but they're 24-10 advantage in the points in the paint. Ruane for 3, offline right. The entire bench stood up. I think they wanted that one to go in about the worst way. Stick pen will be helped up off the floor. Capital will have the basketball, 51 seconds. Possibly their last possession of this ball game. Each team with 15 turnovers. Northern out-rebounding Capital, 47-38, or sorry, 47-36 rather. Off the switch, back up top, spot up, triple, need to bank it in. Jenna Horsley has it closed down the street. We're past noon on a Saturday, after all. Gets it back, hit the shot off the front of the rim, the top of the backboard, and in. Horsley, 4 of 5. Watch this shot. This ball is going to be short. There's the foul. Flips it up and uses English to get it in. Free throw, as good as her first 2 attempts. 57-40. Looks more respectable. It was 56-28 at one point, so as I understand math, that's a 15-1 run, and Northern will adjust. End out the time here. They don't have to do anything, and 57-41 is where we will end. Bears now 8-1 on the year. They're 4-0 in OAC play. Comets dropped to 2-2 in the league. They are 8-3 overall, and a massive win for Ohio Northern as they come up with this ball game and come up with this win. Mark Hilsman coming up here in just a second as he gets his way through the line. Gets a game-high 12 points from Layla Dials. Akamine ends up with 9. Look at the scoring for Ohio Northern. It's going to be fascinating because there are going to be quite a lot of girls who are underneath what their highs are, but a chance for Mark to take a deep breath and joins us now. 57-41 win. I have so many questions for you.
Ask carefully.
And a lot of them are...
I don't know what I get fined for around here.
What's that moment like? You get a couple of minutes to go in the game. You've been through some things. You've voiced your displeasure with the officials, but Casey hits that 3. She turns around and points to you, and you pretty much have no recourse but to crack up laughing.
It's because I love her, Mike, and she works so hard. Her feet hurt, and she's just worked, and she works, and she fights through pain, and I know she's hurting, and she shoots extra every day, sometimes twice a day, because she wants to make shots, and she shot it. She got off to a rough start at the beginning of the year, and she was so frustrated, and I'm just really proud of her because she kept working.
Well, and it's a crazy thing because obviously we've talked about it before, but her journey to even get to your program with, you get her because her banner closes, but it's the window in the door thing. I mean, to be able to do that, but then to get contribution, nobody really has the big night that they're used to in terms of averages. You look, and Layla is the high scorer with 12. She averages 4 a game. Sorry. It seems like every time that you guys got kind of in a little bit of a hole after going up 12-0, somebody else stepped up and said, you know what, let me get those minutes, let me show what I can do.
That's what teams are supposed to do. We've got good players, and when we play with confidence, I think that we should be getting contributions like that, Michael. We've got good coaches in this league, and they're not just going to let you do what you're good at. They're going to take things away from you. They're going to game plan, and kids play hard, and there's good players, and you need a team. I was happy for Layla as well today.
You get, we talked about the big three, and you said at the half that you needed to continue to shut them down. Those 3 girls average almost 50 points a game. Quick math by my point, they have 21 in this game. I mean, how big is that for what you wanted to do with your game plan defensively?
It's the reason we won. Those are 3 really good players. They're very explosive. They can make hard shots. They play really hard at both ends of the floor. And they're hard to guard. They're hard to guard. So it's the reason we won.
You have a big run before you guys get back here. You look at the league, though, right now. Through your first month of the season, you sit at 4-0 just with Baldwin Wallace. You're getting some votes in terms of being recognized for what this team is doing. What do you have, though, going into Christmas and getting about a week or so before you go to Bluffton that you need to be better at?
Everything. I mean, we're so inconsistent offensively, and our ball screen defense is at times offensively atrocious. We don't rebound it cleanly at both ends of the floor. We get so disjointed offensively, but they need to rest. This week is they need to rest. They've worked really hard. It's hard here academically, and our players are in hard majors. I've got the lowest GPA, IQ, ACT score in the program. They work really hard. They're doing hard stuff, and they've earned a rest.
You hold that team to 11 of 53 from the field. They go 3 for 19 from 3. They get their points at the free throw line, but I mean, that's what you want as a coach, I would imagine, because, go ahead and get those singles.
I don't want to foul.
But they're not hitting threes.
I don't want them to score points while the clock stopped. I'd rather just have them miss shots and us rebound it so they don't get to shoot free throws and have them feel some confidence when they go out and make shots on the floor. Then for explosive players, seeing the ball go in's a significant part of the battle. So, no, I don't want to. I'm not trying to argue with you on the air, sorry, but I don't want them to shoot free throws either.
Well, the good news is you don't have to deal with them again until February.
Yeah, and it's a really good program, and they're going to keep getting better. They're playing young players, and they're playing their butts off for Camille. She's done a great job. Skylar does a good job helping her, and Jason's been there forever. So, yeah, they're really well coached, and it's going to be a battle in February.
Well, you look like you need a nap. Please go get one, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Michael.
That's the head coach, Mark Hilsman, of this program, now 32-17 in his tenure. We'll talk more and finish this game up when we come back. It's a Northern win of 57-41 here on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Back here in Ada, final time 57-41. The Ohio Northern Polar Bears go to 8-1 on the year. They're 4-0 in the OAC. Capital drops to 8-3 and 2-2. So look at the Wagner's IGA final stats. 3 of 19 from 3 versus 8 for 25. Ends up being a big difference. Rebounds in Northern's favor. Turnovers end up being identical. But check this out. In the quarter-by-quarter breakdown of these stats, Capital shot 1 for 13 in the first quarter. Their best quarter was the fourth, where they went 6 for 14 of their 11 of 53. They were 1 of 11 from the field in the third, 1 for 7 from 3 in the second. Time of the lead. The first shot took 1 minute and 16 seconds to go down on a Casey Knippen 3, part of her 6. But the rest of the game, they call it 38-44, was in Northern's category. They led 12-0. They were up by 27 in the third. Midway through, they outscored by a 2-1 margin on the bench. Capital as well, and ended up with a couple of players in double figures, led by Layla Dials with 12, Brooke Allen with 10, Kristen Luersman with 7, Abby Akamine with 9, and Casey Knippen with 6. But a pretty much solid all-around effort for Northern. Not necessarily what they would have liked, but you heard Coach talk about it. First of all, he looked exhausted. 7 points and 10 rebounds for Luersman leads the way. Brooke Allen just misses a double-double in this game, and Northern is now off until they travel to Bluffton to take on Denison and West Virginia's Bethany on the 29th and 30th before they're back here after just a massive road stretch on the 11th against 8th-ranked Baltimore Wallace in a game that will likely decide how the OAC goes. Wilmington on January the 4th is the next game for Capital before they host Northern a month later. But big win for Northern. Team split the boys and girls game, 72-62 for Capital's men in the opener, and a 57-41 win for the women of Ohio Northern University in the nightcap. Big thank you to our sponsors in John and Tony's Restaurant and Four Seasons Drive-Thru, Jalapenos Mexican Grill in both Ada and Shawnee, Whatever Cards and Games and NKTelco, and also Northwest Ohio Liquidations for helping us bring you today's pair of OAC matchups. Big thank you to Kurt Kuffner, Jim Miller, and Josh Miller on the cameras, and our director, the one and only Scott Robinson. My name is Mike Kern. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow from all of us here at NKTelco Sports.